This is my second online lecture of class 12. In this lecture, we will start the topic asexual reproduction. Before starting this topic, we will revise those topics which we have discussed in my previous video. So let's start. Reproduction. One more thing, while watching this video, you can prepare the notes also. Reproduction. It is a biological process by which an organism reproduces an offspring who is biological similar to the organism. Means the organism, it is a biological process. Reproduction is a biological process in which an organism produces a offspring or young one similar to itself. Now the question arises, why the reproduction is necessary? Reproduction is necessary to sustain a life on earth, generation after generation. Reproduction is a process in living organisms that ensures the continuity of life generation after generation. Okay. Next term is lifespan. What is lifespan? The period from birth to the natural death. Natural death means the death which occurs naturally, not by an accident, not by any disease. The death which occurs naturally is known as natural death. The period from birth to the natural death of an organism represents its lifespan. Lifespan of an organism varies from few days to thousands of years. One more thing, one more line which is given in your NCERT and that is very important. Whatever be the lifespan, death of every living organism is certainty. Means the lifespan of every organism is fixed except unicellular organisms, means single-celled organisms. Single-celled organisms are referred to as immortal. Why they are referred to as immortal? Because unicellular organisms divide to form daughter cells. Normally, an organism take birth, it becomes mature, and after maturing, it becomes dead. But in case of unicellular organisms, they divide into two daughter cells, and that two daughter cells again divide into two daughter cells. Means division occurs again and again and produces again and again the new daughter cells. That's why we say that unicellular organisms are immortal. Okay. A lifespan of organisms are not correlated with their sizes. Like parrot is smaller than crow. Even then, the lifespan of parrot is longer than crow. Same in case of mango and peepal tree. Lifespan of some organisms are given below. These are some organisms whose lifespan is given below. You have to learn these lifespan. Like elephant has 60 to 90 years of lifespan. 60 to 90 year lifespan is an average age. It may be 70, 78, 62, between 60 and 90. Okay. In some books it is given 65. In another book maybe 70. All is right. So it is an average lifespan. You have to learn these lifespan. Next, types of reproduction. Based on whether the one parent or two parents are involved in the process of reproduction. Reproduction is classified into two major categories, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction in which only a single parent is involved. Means single parent produces an offspring with or without the gamete formation. Clear? Okay. Next is sexual reproduction. It is the process of reproduction in which two parents are involved to form an offspring with the fusion of male and female gamete. Is a sexual reproduction. But you have to remember one thing, two parents are involved but of opposite sex. Means one is male and another is female. Both gametes of both fuse together to form a offspring. Clear? When two parents of opposite sex participate in the reproductive process and also involve fusion of male and female gametes, it is called sexual reproduction. Okay. Next is asexual reproduction. In this method, a single individual is capable of producing an offspring. As a result, the offspring that are produced are not identical to one another, even they are exact copies of their parents, and that's why they are referred as clone. Means clone are the individuals which are genetically as well as morphologically similar to their parents. Okay, the term clone is used to describe such morphologically and genetically similar individuals. Asexual reproduction is common in single-celled organisms or in plants and animals, though in those animals which have simple level of organization. Thus, in these organisms, cell division is itself a mode of reproduction. Means in unicellular organism, division takes place again and again, and with the help of division, it produces the offspring. That's why we can say that cell division is itself a mode of reproduction in these type of organisms. Okay, next, types of asexual reproduction. It may be of following types, like first is fission. Fission basically means splitting. It is further classified as binary fission, multiple fission. Fission is broadly classified into two main categories, that is binary fission or multiple fission. Bi means two, means the organism or the body of an organism divided into two equal halves. Okay, the body of an organism divides into two equal halves, just like in amoeba. We take an example, this amoeba, it has nucleus. One more thing, simple binary fission is into two equal halves. Binary fission is again divided into three categories, that is simple binary fission, longitudinal binary fission, and third one is transfer binary fission. We will discuss one by one. First is simple binary fission. It is also known as irregular binary fission. When division occurs in any plane, but it is always right angle to the elongated dividing nucleus. What does that mean? Means the division occurs in any plane, in any direction, but the division occurs at the right angle to the elongated nucleus. Just we take an example of amoeba. This is amoeba. It has nucleus, and the nucleus starts dividing. Start dividing means it starts elongated. When this nucleus becomes elongated more, then the division occurs at the right angle to the dividing nucleus, and it finally divides into two daughter cells. Clear? Okay, next, longitudinal binary fission. When division occurs along the longitudinal axis of an individual, then it is known as longitudinal binary fission. Longitudinal means when division occurs vertically, then it is known as longitudinal division. Let's take an example of euglena. Euglena is an interlink between plants and animals. How? They have one character of plant and one character of animal. They have chloroplast. This is a character of plant, and they didn't have cell wall. It is in character of animal. So it is an interlink between animal and plant. When it receives light, then it synthesize their own food with the help of photosynthesis, and at that time the mode of nutrition of euglena is autotrophic. When light doesn't occurs or when light does not received by the euglena, then it depends on another plant or animal for their food. In that case, the mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. Clear? So let's start. This is parent cell of euglena. Euglena cell elongates and nucleus starts dividing. See this? Nucleus start dividing means nucleus also elongates. After that, nucleus divide, and when nucleus completely divide, then cytoplasm division starts. And cytoplasm division, and then it releases or it forms daughter cells, two daughter cells. Means first nuclear division takes place, after that cytoplasm division takes place. Means first karyokinesis takes place, after karyokinesis cytokinesis occurs. Karyon means nucleus, kinesis means division. When nucleus division occurs, when division occurs in nucleus, then it is known as karyokinesis. When division occurs in the cytoplasm, then it is known as cytokinesis. So in this case, karyokinesis first occurs, and after the karyokinesis, cytokinesis occurs. And in the last, two daughter cells are formed. Okay. Next is transverse binary fission. Transverse binary fission, when division occurs along the transverse axis of an individual, means horizontally. When division occurs horizontally, then it is known as transverse binary fission, like paramecium. In paramecium, two nucleus are present. One is macronucleus, other one is micronucleus. Micronucleus divides mitotically. Means after that, when division starts, oral groove disappears. It has also an oral groove. Oral groove disappears, and macronucleus dividing mitotically. After that, when division completes, oral groove again reappears, and finally it divides into two daughter cells, two paramecium daughter cells. Okay. Multiple means many or several. When the parent body divide to form many daughter cells, then this type of fission is known as multiple fission. The division of the parent body into many daughter organisms is known as multiple fission, as in case of amoeba and plasmodium. This is amoeba, parent amoeba. It has nucleus. Its nucleus divides again and again and forms many nuclei. And these nuclei now surrounded by its cytoplasm and a membrane, as shown in a figure. When favorable conditions comes, then the membrane of amoeba bursts or break down, and it releases the daughter amoeba. Okay. So from single organism, many organisms are formed. That's why this type of multiple fission is known as. This type of fission is known as multiple fission. Means when these daughter amoeba release, and these daughter amoeba grow, mature, and becomes an adult. Okay. So from single parent cell, many daughter cells are formed. That's why we say that it is a multiple fission. Same like in case of plasmodium, it is a parent plasmodium. It has a nucleus. Its nucleus divides again and again and forms a nuclei, and each nuclei forms its surrounds by an cytoplasm or a membrane. When favorable condition comes, its membrane bursts and releases many daughter cells, and these daughter cells grow, mature, and becomes an adult. In this case also, a parent cell forms a single parent cell forms a many daughter adults. That's why they are known as multiple fission. Okay. Next is budding. Budding is also a type of asexual reproduction in which an organism develops from an outgrowth or bud due to cell division at one particular site. Means a little projection appears on the body of an organism, and that projection is due to the repeated division of cells, means proliferation of cells at a particular site, and that projection grows and becomes a bud. When bud matures, it detaches from the parent body and grows independently. Okay, just like in hydra. This is hydra. This little projection comes out from the body of hydra, and this projection grows, and when it becomes mature, then it detaches from the parent body, and the bud grows into an adult. Okay, this is budding. Same in case of yeast. There is a yeast. There is a projection which comes out from the yeast body, and this projection grows, and when it becomes mature, it detaches from the parent body and grows an independent individual. Okay, this is our body. Next is fragmentation. Fragmentation is also a type of asexual reproduction in which breaking of parent body occurs into two or many parts, and each part forms an organism independently. It occurs by breaking of parent body into two or more parts, each of which grow to form an independent individual. यानी कि parent body or parent individual cut into many pieces. It breaks into many pieces, two or more than two pieces, and each piece grows into a new individual. Means the fragment of the main parent individual grows into an independent individual. That's why they are known as fragmentation. Like in Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a algae. It has its structure. There is one nucleus. It is called a septum, which divides the body into different parts or two parts. It has a chloroplast, spiral chloroplast. Spiral means just like a spirals along a single axis, straight axis. It is known as spiral chloroplast. Both the fragments grows into an independent individual. Okay. Next, regeneration. It is also a sexual type of reproduction. It is defined as organism ability to regrow damaged or lost body parts by the proliferation of cells. Means when any organism lost its parts or its part is damaged, then they have a ability to regrow its damaged part or lost part. This type of process is known as regeneration, and this occurs because of the proliferation of cells, means division of cells again and again at that area or at that lost part or at that damaged part, just like in planaria and sponges. It is a planaria, its head is lost and its tail is lost. Its upper portion, head is formed and tail is also formed. So two planarias formed completely. Means its damaged part regrow. Okay, and it is a regeneration process. Next is sporulation. Simple way, we can say in simple manner, the process of formation of spores is known as sporulation. But in detail, it is a process in which the parent plant produces hundreds of reproductive units, and that reproductive units are known as spores, which germinate under favorable conditions and give rise to new organisms with many vegetative hyphae. Okay, sporulation means the process of formation of spores. Means an individual's parent plant produces 100 of reproductive units, means 100 of spores. Spores are the reproductive unit in sporulation, which germinate under favorable condition and forms a new organism with vegetative hyphae. It is commonly occurs as Monera, Protista, fungi and algae. Spores formed can be of following types. In this formation of spores are of these types. Zoospores, it is of motile spores. Zoospores are motile spores. Example, Chlamydomonas. This type of Chlamydomonas. This is algae, Chlamydomonas. It has many spores. When favorable conditions come, then it outer membrane bursts and releases these spores, and each spore forms a new individual. Okay. Next is Conidia. It is non-motile spores. It is seen in Penicillium. Just like this. It has these are conidioles, chain-like structures. These are conidioles, and it is attached to sterigomata, and sterigomata attached to conidiophores. Conidiophores gives support to conidias. Okay, gives rise to conilias. Next is gemmules. It is found in sponges. It is found in sponges. This is the structure of gemmule. It is somewhat rounded. It has an outer membrane, this one, an inner membrane, this one. Inside the inner membrane, many cells are present, which are known as archeocytes. And within the outer membrane, means in between inner membrane and outer membrane, many spicules are present. Many needle-like structures are present, which are known as spicules. Monaxen spicules. Okay. Next is vegetative propagation. It is the formation of new plants from vegetative parts of a plant. Vegetative parts of a plant means, what are the vegetative parts of plant? Leaf, stem, root, all are vegetative parts of plant. So, the process of formation of new plants from vegetative parts of the plant are known as vegetative propagation. It is basically of two types. It may be natural or artificial vegetative propagation. Natural vegetative propagation occurs naturally by vegetative parts like leaves, roots, stems, buds. And in artificial propagation, how we can propagate plants? It is artificial propagation. In natural propagation, the vegetative structure from which new plants formed are known as vegetative propagules. Means vegetative parts like roots, stems, leaves, from which a new organism develop, new plants develop, that structures are known as vegetative propagules. You have to remember this name. What are vegetative propagules? These are the structures which help in vegetative propagation. Okay. So, what are these structures? Like tubers, it is present in potato. Bulbs, it is present in garlic and onion. Rhizome, it is present in ginger and turmeric. Suckers in mint. Runners, oxalis, stolon, jasmine. Offset, water hyacinth. Its scientific name is Cornea crassipes. Okay, or it is also present in Pestia. You have to remember its scientific name also. It is very important. Offset, in case of water hyacinth, its scientific name is Cornea crassipes. Last one is leaf, bryophyllum. Okay, this is a bryophyllum leaf. Its margin, from its margin, buds arises, and from buds a new plant arises. Okay, just like this, onion, garlic, okay, potato, ginger, all these type of, this is a vegetative propagation method. New plant forms from the vegetative parts of the plant like roots, stems, leaves, etc. Water hyacinth, as we discussed now, water hyacinth. It is known as the terror of Bengal. It is one of the most invasive weeds. It is brought to India or introduced in India. It is not present in India already. Okay? It is introduced in India because of its pretty flowers and the shape of leaves. Its flowers are so beautiful. Means this plant is introduced in India because of its beauty. But it becomes a terror. Like it is most invasive weed. Grows wherever there is standing water. It is found in the standing water. Means it grows wherever there is standing water. It drains oxygen from water, leads to death of fishes. Means it totally covers the water surface. When the light did not and the aquatic animal like fishes does not receive the light because of this water hyacinth, because it covers the whole upper surface of the body, it becomes dead. No photosynthesis occurs, and when there is no photosynthesis, no oxygen, and finally fishes becomes dead. Okay, that's why they are being called as terror of Bengal. Artificial vegetative propagation. It is of mainly three types. It is very common, as we have studied in lower classes. First is cutting, second one is layering, and third one is grafting. It is not grafting, it is grafting. Okay, so You have to correct it. It is grafting. 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 Okay. Cutting. A part of in the cutting, a part of the stem is cut and the cut it and grows into a new plant. Means there is a one plant and we cut a portion of a plant, either a stem, then that stem grows into a new individual or a new plant. So it is known as cutting. And when the cutted part placed in a moist soil and then it again grows into a new individual, it is cutting. Its example is mango, guava, lychee, lemon and rose, as you see in this diagram. Next, layering. The stem of a plant is bent down. In layering, the stem of the plant is bent down until it touches the soil. The stem of a plant bent down until it touches the soil. When it touches the soil, it touches the moist soil. Then it grows its root. When it grows its roots, it detaches from the parent plant and grows into a new individual. Okay, it is layering. Example of layering is lemon, rose and jasmine. Next is grafting. This is the correct spelling. Grafting. grafting. The stem of a plant is cut and then fitted on another strong plant and covered with grafting bags. Means a stem of one plant is cutted and it is fixed on the another plant and wrapped with a wax, grafting wax. Like it is seen in apples, oranges, watermelon, ornamental plants. And the plant or the stem which is cutted from a parent plant. The stem which is cutted is known as cycle, and the stem on which the cycle is fixed is known as stalk. Clear hai? What is cycle and what is stalk? Cycle is a stem which is cutted from the another plant, and on which the stem on which the cycle is fixed is known as stalk, and it wrapped with a grafting wax. After some time or after a period of time, it becomes a one plant. It becomes a new plant. It is known as grafting. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Student, I missed one more important thing, which is home assignment. Hope you will complete it. It comprises of 4 questions. These 4 questions are: question number 1, why the unicellular organism referred as immortal? Question number 2 is write difference between binary fission and multiple fission. Third question is distinguish between fragmentation and regeneration. And fourth question and the last question is write the advantages and disadvantages of asexual reproduction. Okay, students? Okay, we will meet in our next lecture. Okay, thank you.